Hey physics students, this video is to just help you understand the mystery medium project directions and complete the CER report on the mystery medium. So the objective is to understand how light refracts as it changes medium and use it to determine the refractive index of the given medium, which is the mystery medium A. So the question is, how does the bending of light depend on the two media, and what is the mystery medium A? So we need to go to the simulation, which is right here. When you get to the simulation, click on More Tools, and this will be your simulation. You have to choose the first medium as anything other than air, so I'm going to choose it as water, let us say, and the second medium is going to be mystery medium A. Okay, now turn on the laser, and in order to measure the angles, you can just check this box, and notice that the angle readout is automatically done for you. So all you have to do is, this is your incident ray, this is your reflected ray, which we are not concerned with right now, and this is your bent or refracted ray. So we want to collect data that will help us solve for the refractive index of the second medium, and if we know the refractive index, then we can consult a table of refractive indices to find out what the mystery medium is. Okay, so that's our goal in doing the lab. Okay, just like here water has a refractive index of 1.33. We want to know, if we know the refractive index, what is the medium that has that particular refractive index. So to collect data, this is your angle of incidence between the incident ray and the normal. This is your angle of refraction between the normal and the refracted ray. So you are collecting data on angle of incidence versus angle of refraction. So I could say theta 1 is 45, theta 2 is 22.9, and then I can set theta 1 to another angle, and then again record it. And I want to make sure that, I change theta 1 by a significant amount. So maybe I want to start somewhere at 10 or 15, something like that, and then take 5 different values, okay? So change it. So every time record theta 1 and theta 2. So take at least 5 different values of theta 1 and theta 2. So now once we have these values, how are we going to determine the refractive index of the second medium? So we're going to use Snell's law to determine the refractive index of the second medium. So let's say I have one sample data here. By the way, when you are collecting the data, you need to take screenshots, or at least one screenshot that shows the data that you have taken. So make sure you do that. So my first angle is about 30.5, and my second angle, which is the angle of refraction, is 25.3. So Snell's law states n1 sine theta 1 equals n2 sine theta 2. n1 is the refractive index of the first medium. n2 is the refractive index of the second medium, which is what we are trying to solve for. And theta 1 is the angle of the first one, which is 30.5. And theta 2 is the angle in the second medium, which is 25.3. And in this example, I know that in our other example, we took water as the first medium. But in this example, the refractive index of the first medium is something that is custom made, and it reads here, you can see it is 1.179. So that's what I'm going to put here. So whatever is your N1 value as shown here in the simulation, that's what you're going to put here. So 1.179 sine 30.5 equals N2 sine 25.3. Do the math, make sure your calculator is set to the degree mode, and solve for n2, and I get n2 as 1.4. Okay, this may or may not be the answer that you get, so don't go up on the final answer on this one, okay, because I have purposefully chose mystery medium B in the second one, and that's not what you're choosing. Okay, yours is mystery medium A, so you will get a different answer. Solve for it. Okay, so now this will help you identify what the second medium is. So consult a table of refractive indices, and that should help you solve for your mystery medium. Now just going back to writing the report, we want to make sure that we visit the rubric and know how we are graded in order to write the best possible report, right? So if you go here, this is our rubric. So you have the research question, which is already given. Claim answers the question. There is two-part question. One is, how does the bending depend on the media, and what is the mystery medium? So you have to say, as light goes from denser to rarer, what happens, or rarer to denser, what happens. That's how it depends on the two media. And then what is your mystery medium that you identified? Okay. Then under evidence, you have 35 points, variables and constants. What is your independent variable? What is your dependent variable? What did you maintain the same? So you have to declare all the three. You record the data, at least 5 trials, organize it into your data table, put the appropriate units. You have to have a screenshot of simulation which shows the angles readout, and it should correspond to one of your data points. Data processing steps, that means all the calculations for each row of data using Snell's law must be shown, and then the average must also be shown. Plot a graph appropriately, and that's all for 10 points. Written summary of data is specific, so you look at the theta 1, theta 2 values. You can see which is bigger, which is smaller, and then what happens to theta 2 as theta 1 increases. What does the graph show as the trend? All of this is your written summary. Under reasoning, you want to explain your data. So you start with providing a background for diffraction. Why is light bending as it goes from one medium to another medium? Explain Snell's law. Use the formula to explain what happens to angle 2 as angle 1 changes. And then use also Snell's law to explain which medium is denser, which medium is rarer according to what is happening in the simulation. Okay, so that is all your justification. So where you need to quote mathematical relationships like Snell's law and write it down. And then all formatting and everything is 15 points. Definitely cite your sources. You will probably have to research to understand the background of refraction a little bit and Snell's law, so cite your sources properly. And that's how you complete the report. Always reach out to your instructor for any questions and make sure you do your report very well.